Hi all, welcome to our Vision Board community. So we have one more guest today, Anjum. So Anjum recently got a good package in one of the IT company. I'm not mentioning the company name. And so I'm inviting Anjum to how she transformed her previous experience into Azure Data Engineer, successfully getting two, three offer letters. So that is the one typical story or like a, what are the real story we will be telling in front of you. Anjum, are you there?
Yes, hi Devi.
Hi, Anjum. Good
Hi.
morning. Welcome to the Vision Board Community Podcast. So, we are eagerly waiting to know about your success story.
Good morning, Devi. Thank you so much, Devi. This is like a privilege here for me,
Thank you,
and
Anjum.
I'm really so much grateful for Vision Board. And this is having this opportunity to share my experience is like I'm really happy to be here, Devi.
Thanks, Anjum. Yeah.
So actually, I'm like 3.6 years experience. So I started my career in IT consulting company only.
Mm.
So it's in there. I was like an SAP security module.
Okay.
So it was like I had to do night shifts, rotational shifts. So I was like struggling there. So
Mm-hmm.
I tried to internally change my domain. So
Mm-hmm.
I haven't like I was not having a good rapport with my manager also, like due to that struggle. Like so we were freshers, like I didn't feel like we treated good also.
Mm-hmm.
So then I just asked for release in my project 1.5
Okay.
years back.
Uh-huh.
So then he like agreed. So I was like happy with that, and I tried my best like to change the domain internally. I was doing internal courses I have been taking, so
Mm-hmm.
to showcase that I'm interested in these skills, I have completed this kind of certificates and all. So I
Okay.
tried them all. I tried to contact internally the higher position like delivery heads, like for an internal change.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of emails I've sent, lots of pings I did, but I
Mm-hmm.
didn't get the response I needed. So just
Internal switch is always very difficult,
very
Anjum. From
difficult.
my experience also, it will be because people are not ready to move internally from one technology to another.
Hmm.
Because if you give your opportunity, others will be asking. So that is a reason they are feared to one people internally movement. So that is always difficult.
Yes, Devi. So that was like I tried my best, but I was like, also I was alone actually. I don't know anybody in the field that I wanted to be.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
but I tried, but it didn't work. Then, so I when I like I then I started learning by myself, and I wanted to make a switch to other
Hmm.
company in this
Okay.
domain, data engineering. So
Hmm.
then I started learning by myself and going through like job descriptions, like generally like what advice I can give, like we start by ourselves and we like people say to read the job description and apply, change or modify your resume according to that and prepare that skills itself. So I
Hmm.
tried that way actually. So I
Hmm.
gone through a lot of job descriptions. There are like lot of skills they are asking, but in
Exactly.
real time we really don't require that much of skill. Like it is impossible for one person to have those much of skills and all. So I
Hmm.
was like very kind of frustrated, or I didn't understand anything. So this is how the job market is, or how it is, how I'm gonna make this happen. So I was like very confused. There are lots of skill have been asking.
Hmm.
So one day like in the YouTube I'm like keep on searching for podcasts. So and other things also. Like then I got like Devi's vision board. I have been gone into that YouTube videos. I have seen the podcasts of people who really crack the interviews. So then I was like, okay, so this is something like that would really help me. And the way like I have seen the structure of Devi's uh, curriculum, like the one. So I understood, okay, these are the skills that are like enough for cracking the interviews. I don't require Kafka or some other Airflow. There are a lot of things if I go in job description. So then I was like, okay, I just got a form actually what only I need to be covered. And yeah, so even after starting with just the topics you know, right? Okay, only these are enough. Still, you can't be able to present yourself as a real time uh, you have like real experience, real exposure. So for that I will definitely give that, like the vision board has like given me that full confidence of like presenting myself like as a data engineer who worked for 3.6 years. So it was
Yeah,
really
I can
thanks.
understand you because you are given a you one of any of the podcast, it will be really affect your life, right? So that way, when you are given your words to others also, Anjum, because the structure you tell me, right, that was the struggle actually you faced when the transition, same kind of struggle also I faced in my life, where become .NET engineer to Azure Data Engineer. So
Okay.
when we are checking on the Google, right, or YouTube,
Mhm.
lots of skills are there. Kafka, AWS, and GCP, everything they mention, right? You also know, Anjum, right? These kind of things, it will be, we are really frustrated which technology we want to learn actually.
Yes, even
That
initially I didn't fixed about the cloud. There is
uh,
AWS, Azure, GCP, and once
exactly.
listening to your podcast, I got to know like okay, Azure is like booming now. So
Mm-hmm.
that would be even I see most of the posts of Azure Data Engineering. So then I decided for going to Azure Cloud.
That is the another, because people also asking me, Devi, which is cloud is good actually. Every cloud is good, but we need to. You also mentioned actually struggling for like a shifts and all. So at least initially, if you move into the whatever the booming skill, you can enter into that one. That will be really affecting others. So that is the reason Ashur is a good in the industry.
Yes, Devi.
Yeah. Then it will be like a transition period, Anjum. What are the challenges you faced or how you overcome? You already mentioned these are the things you faced, but other than this one, any kind of fears you faced, or what was the kind of real difficulty you faced while transition to any other job role to Azure Data Engineering?
Yes, Devi. So first fear I was like I felt alone because I
Mm,
don't know anybody who is working in a data engineering. Even I
mm,
tried internally contacting some data engineers. They are like kind of busy with their own work, so they won't be putting their time to teach us like this is what happening in projects. This is like that. So first fear was that for me. So like I really felt I don't know anybody who is doing in data engineering. So then by vision board I have like community now who are like a part of data engineering. Now I feel like okay, I'm like feel confident and I don't feel alone actually. So many people will start alone, they will be able to, they'll think that they will be able to crack it because others are doing. Still I think there will be some fear that we don't know how actually other data engineers are doing things working and all. And second one is definitely the real time exposure that I don't have.
mm.
So that is what I got the confidence in vision board through vision board only. So the project the Devi will be giving in a project which is like from end to end. If you just sit and like of course it takes time, but Devi gives us plentiful of time actually. So continuously she will be telling our us the same concept she'll be repeating also, so we'll whatever the doubts we had it will be clear the next time also. So
Exactly,
like
Anjum. Because in the project also, that is the same kind of thing I also
mhm,
really face in my life. Because your fear, right? I can really understand how the data engineers work, right? Especially you are coming from a different field. How a
mhm,
data engineer work, how the realistic things. So same kind of fear I also face when my transition period.
yes,
So I know this is the thing. So that's why I'm always repeating, right? This is enough. This is enough for the initial layer. Then requirement is different actually. So when we
mhm,
are getting a requirement only, we just want to learn it. Before that, we don't need to invest much time on digging and again and again. So
mhm,
one thing we can do, whatever Anjum was completely created one kind of step by step notebook, not by notes also, like what are the steps. Then he shared in our premium WhatsApp community, so lots of people in the premium WhatsApp community refer that way. So that is the way the community given some kind of confidence also, Anjum, right?
yes, Devi. So the step by step project that you have given was like really good. It has given me, so I just felt I just did it for 1 month I guess, but I
Mm,
just felt like okay, this is what I've been doing for 3 years. So
mm.
I was imagining like that, and I have like did that project. So once I completed the project I really felt confident sitting in the interview whenever they are going to ask real time questions.
That
So
is
I
the reason
can
you can able to crack it.
Yes,
So
Devi.
what are the challenges, right? When you're doing that project, because I not do like an end-to-end kind of thing. So I just mixing, filling some blanks also there. So when you're trying to do that one, you will get some kind of what are the real-time challenges you face and what
Hmm.
how you can fix that issue. So everything Anjum was also done from the project part, right, Anjum? So some
Yes, Devi.
fixing because you asked me there's any keyword section, so I answered, right? So Anjum is invested, that kind of thing. So that way, that kind of experience through only we can find like, okay, we are like a data engineer. If we given a complete end-to-end project, no one will understand, right? What are the challenges? How we need to
Yes,
be
Devi.
searched that one. But one, whatever the things I shared, so that is the structure actually. What are the challenges I face? Those things I give like a feeling. So that candidate should be filled. Then you will get a kind of Anjum is get a feel like 3 years of kind of thing, right, Anjum? So
Yes,
kind
Devi.
of confidence we will get actually.
Yes, Devi. So coming to project, definitely we have to put our other interest also. Like we have to try to dig something more. Like when we are
Exactly.
doing our own project, so that will give us more like kind of will face errors, how we are resolving it, and
Mm,
helping others also. I got many pings from other teammates also
mm,
for resolving their errors. We sit in the meeting and we try to resolve them.
mm. That
Yes,
is
Devi.
also we get a kind of confidence, right? And this is the exact roadmap to cracking any of the technology. So you will feel more confident. Then
Yes,
one more question, Anjum. I think what are the real-time questions you faced in the interviews in the
yes,
three
Devi.
6 years? Because they're like a junior role.
Yes, Devi. So coming to Azure Data Factory, mostly I think I face the question like how you will move the data from on-prem to cloud. So
Mm,
for that my first point that I get is like using self-hosted integration runtime.
mm,
So I think they will be satisfied with that point itself, and then I will just say about the copy activity and other activities we use to move the data. And also in data factory they will be asking, they had asked me regarding integration runtimes and
okay.
scheduling pipeline, not
Okay.
directly like a scheduling. They were like asking me if there is, if this pipeline I want to run every day at this particular time, how will I can do
Okay.
pipeline. So I like that questions. And some scenario based questions like if the pipeline fails, like how are you going to debug that?
Okay. Mhm.
And one of the question was like regarding like Databricks and how are you using Databricks in Azure Data, connecting the Databricks with Azure Data Factory,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
how are you passing parameters from Databricks to, sorry, Data Factory to Databricks.
Okay.
So I said it, we use widget for that, passing the
Mhm.
parameters.
Mhm.
So actually, ADF questions are like okay, because if you just follow the topics of the Azure Data Factory, that is more than enough, because they will
Tracking the
on
ADF,
the
right?
topic, yes, they will on the top, they will just select the topic, but they just try to ask the answer in a just a
Mm,
twisted way like that. But
mm,
we will
mm,
understand, okay, this is what we will use, but they don't mention it directly, like the triggers.
mm.
If
Got
there
it.
is a copy, if there is a what is that, if there is a in a container, if there is a new file coming, my pipeline need to be run.
Mm.
So how will I implement this? So it's easy, we will be using event based trigger with that
But
help of that.
they given some scenario, but already whatever we learned, right? So same thing. We need to explain and we need to
Yes,
connect it with
Devi.
that. Okay. Okay. And SQL
Yes,
part
Devi.
also you face like a little question or Anjum, SQL and PySpark session.
Yes, Devi. So, yeah, so coming to Databricks, there will be general questions like their architecture of Databricks. And
Okay.
I think if they were going to deep, then they will be asking optimization. Else,
Mm-hmm.
they are just asking about the architecture and parallel processing, like that things. And actually, one advice, like even I am getting from the recruiters, like interviewer, is that SQL need to be more like they are focusing more on SQL
Mm,
in the interviews I faced.
mm,
So they are giving me a code.
mm.
Definitely, they gave me to write code in SQL, PySpark,
Okay.
Python very less,
Mm,
but they are asking Python also.
Mm,
So
mm,
first they are giving me code to write in SQL.
mm,
So
mm.
for me, like SQL and PySpark both are like little bit confusing for me.
Mm.
Like they have both are same kind of thing, but
Kind of
syntax
thing
is
like,
different. The
uh-huh.
way we need to write.
Mm, mm,
So initially I was like unable to, I'm starting to write, but it's getting mixed up.
mm, mm.
So the feedback I received is like I need to brush up more on SQL. So
Okay.
I one suggestion I can give, like from the day one itself when you decide to move into data engineer, you
Mm.
just every day just at least write one query.
One
You one
SQL and
SQL
one Python,
query.
sorry, and you will need to be right and fresh of the thing, right? Because
Yes, Devi.
not in your case, Anju, I think most of the people in the community tell me the same thing, regarding like a confusing, like a
Mhm.
writing the syntax. These things are confusing in the interviews and all. But practice, by
Mm.
practicing at least 1 or 2 months, we are continuously practicing. We will be fluent in that part actually.
Yes, Devi. So every day you must give some amount of time definitely for SQL and PySpark, both
Exactly.
practicing. So that is what I did. And Python also, it's not going, they are not going in deep. And sometimes it was like when they asked me Python and I was like really not sure how to do it, then I just say like we are not using Python currently in our project, mostly PySpark and SQL coding I'm doing. Python is like I learned earlier, so I just need to brush up this topic again, like that
Oh,
I'm somehow covering. They were like completely okay with that.
got it, got it. Yeah. Then,
Yes, Devi.
Anjum, any other suggestion or like any kind of like
Mhm.
an advice to give one whoever really struggling? Okay, you also know, right? You are struggling. So, what is the suggestion you can give to them? They are want to moving into the Azure Data Engineering side.
So if you are thinking like going to data engineer, like you can just go ahead and definitely join a community that will definitely boost your confidence. If don't just listen to one of your friend and just do it. I feel like being in a community will be really good, knowing other how other data engineers are doing, what are the real challenges they are facing. So that will really feel as like we are also data engineer. You will never ever go back. And even I don't think did I do security because I was not interested in that at all. So my
Mm,
whole interest is in data engineering. So,
okay.
and also for interview, like interview, I can give that self introduction you will give it. Make sure that you indicate your self of
Anjum,
the-
Anjum, I cannot hear you. Anjum, are you there? I think Anjum, we lost Anjum. Actually, I'm
Hel-
not able. Anjum,
Hello, Devi.
yeah, Anjum,
Sorry,
I can.
this.
Yeah, I can hear now. If 1 minute or something, we lost you. Yeah, tell me, Anju.
Yes, Devi. So your self introduction should be very good because in before I joined, like I did the project actually. I was in the like the training of Vision Board is like it is in middle only, but I started giving interviews actually.
Okay,
So
okay.
that time my self introduction was like very little. I'm just telling like I used this kind of like I used data factory, data breaks in the project like that. It was like very simple. So
Uh,
I faced very and like countered questions of project. They asked
hmm,
me like they're trying to dig more on the project side. But
exactly.
once I complete like the vision board training was fully completed and I did the completed the project and I started again giving interviews.
Mm,
Then as like whatever the how Devi suggested us to create our self introduction, I followed that way.
mm,
So from start to end, it's like a story we have to tell about
mm,
our project we did.
mm.
So in the initial, I was giving that self introduction. So they were like one of the interviewer was like, "Oh, that was perfect. Your knowledge was like really good in this data
Okay,
engineering." He said that, and he didn't even ask me any other question. He was like,
okay, okay.
"Okay." He was a manager, I guess. So he was like, okay, he didn't ask me anything else. It was like
Mhm.
first round. Then he just directly cleared me to the second round.
Okay.
So when I gave the self introduction in a very clear manner, so I had to face like very less questions on regarding the project, like how
Mm-hmm.
you did that. They don't dig it much. They understood like, okay, you are good with the project structure, and they just start asking you for the theoretical, and they will be going on to the coding.
Because Anjum, I will tell you, not that is purely not my structure. That is the reason you completed whatever I suggested, the end-to-end project you done, right? Completely
Yes,
you done
Devi.
step by step. So that means you will get a clear idea. What are the things you did? So that 3 years or 2 years of experience in your mind. Then
Mm.
when you restructuring your whatever the way I am given, right? Self-introduction, certification, that's an order. When you automatically, when you tell you in front of the interviewer, you get that kind of memory also. So what will happen normally? We will be telling more on that self
Yes.
introduction. So they will be when the flow is will be hearing anyone, they can understand, okay, this girl has confidence because you already done the one project. So
Yes,
that is
Devi.
the main thing you can able to crack in, because the way of introduction is different, right? Much different from the initial. Initially, one or two, three lines. After the completion of the project, you will get a you can explain more. You have lots of thing in your hand. So that is the reason it will be like you can able to getting more of a letter.
Yes, Devi. I really felt the difference between how like I gave interviews initially and after this training, how I gave, like I really can see my confidence. You also said me initially, I need to build the confident. Like you can see the confident when I'm talking with you, but in interview I
Yeah, yeah.
really need to improve.
Because no, no,
Okay.
Anjum, initially when you're calling, right, it will be like a very low voice you have. I know. That time I suggested you, Anjum, you need to be build this one. Definitely you can able to crack it. But thing is like you learn, you put your 100% while learning the things in the vision board, right? So
Yes,
every
Devi.
project you done, then what will happen? Automatically your confidence is increasing.
Yes,
So,
Devi.
confidence, even though now you are speaking also, I can feel the confidence. So that is the reason you can able to crack multiple offer letters. So
Yes.
even the next round also, like in case your people are facing about AI and laid off and all, but right now you have a confidence. So don't need to fear anything, right?
Yes,
So
Devi.
that is the way currently you are sitting actually. So that will be really, I am also really happy, Anjum, your success and all, because from your
Thank.
calling in the initial days to until this now, right? You are getting a good offer in your hand, also join the company. It will be like a kind of complete, perfect transition story.
Yeah, thank you so much, Devi. Like initially when I called you, I was like really so much in a dilemma that is this really going to happen? How I am going to crack this? I was like ready to go even if it is like a associate
Mhm.
position also, even with less what is even it is does not match with my experience also. I was like ready to just go. But after joining your community only, I was like able to understand like how others are doing. Okay, how, okay, I am also capable of going with my own experience only to data engineering. So it was really built my confidence, and it's
And
really
second,
changed my life, Devi.
second thing, you are helping others also, Anjum. That is very important because you are ready to help other. That is also help your transition. Because when we
Yes,
are
Devi.
helping others, you are also learn, right? Lots of
Yes,
things you
Devi.
learn. You will be refer it again. When you putting lot of question in our group, others also involving. Then you feel like you are not alone.
Yes,
Same kind of
Devi.
situation others also facing, right? Then
Yes.
when putting lots of success stories in the group, we are automatically level up that kind of thing. So we can
Mm.
also do. Others also same person, same phase of people are getting the offer. We can do. So that kind of energy and motivation also we need always. We are sitting alone, nothing will be happen. So lack of consistency,
Devi.
like a depression, these kind of things, right, Anjum? That is the main thing. That will be
Yes,
really
Devi.
good actually.
And also one thing, people starting when the transition, so we really don't understand how to structure our profile, like LinkedIn, Naukri, and our resume also. Resume is like really, I don't like creating resume. It takes lot of time. It takes lot of effort thinking so much. So, but if you once I like seen how Devi shares the resume like samples, then you will have a better understanding how you need to craft your resume, your profile, and all the things. Also, uh, oh, sorry, I missed it. Okay, it slipped from my mind, Devi. I'm not getting it. I
Okay,
will
no
tell.
worries.
I will tell now.
Yeah, yeah, because that will be because each profile is structured that way, right? 2 years, 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, because that is all people got the placement from our community actually. So that way you structure because I made a transition, so I can know what are the fear, what are the challenges, how you make the things in your profile only you can able to get a job.
Yes,
So
Devi.
same thing I'm just sharing. So that is the reason when you getting offer letter, right? So as a mentor, I am also really happy. So at least I can influence your life, right? To
Yes,
getting an
Devi.
offer and all. So that will be there. And Anjum, you can also, if you are asking someone for a help, definitely you can do from your end also. That will
Definitely, Devi.
always give you more confidence and more improvement in your life also.
Yes, Devi. Yeah, that point I missed is like when we are creating our profiles and resume, one thing that hits is like about certification. We
Hmm.
always like think I didn't do certification. How can I put this? Or you will definitely have fear of the like putting the certification.
Hmm.
So first, you just need to go through the concept. Like concepts are free for
Hmm.
doing any certification. Only for
Yeah.
exam you need to pay.
Hmm.
Maybe your company is not giving reimbursement, or you're already like planned for the switch and you can't take a reimbursement from them. You will
Yes.
might have any dilemma of that, but just don't think so much. Just come and just start
Hmm.
the certification course. It's like you just read it whatever is available.
Hmm.
Taking the certification or not, even if you skip also, that's okay. So even if, yeah, personally I didn't do certification, so that's okay, you can add it. So if you do it, it is really good. Yeah, certification is like very manageable thing that you can do
Exactly. We
it.
can, because
So no
if
need
you
to
have the
fear of
in-depth
that.
concept, you can definitely manage the certification, right? After that. But the main thing, major people are lagging, like they're not understanding the concept engine. That is the main issue.
Hmm.
But if you understand the concept, no need to certification. Certification is a part actually for getting an interview call. But majorly they are focusing on the technically how you present or what are the
Yes,
things you
Devi.
know about.
Nobody asked me about certification in my interview
Exactly.
actually.
Yes.
They
In
just
my interviews also nobody asking about certification.
yes, they if it is in resume on our profile, that's it. They just don't dig us in like when did you complete it? Do you
Mm.
have that idea? Or nothing is there. So don't fear about certification. Listening to that word, just go
Exactly.
for it.
Yes. And I think your words are really motivating to others also, Anjum. Maybe like lots of people will be connect with you, helping and all right. So at
Sure,
least if you
Devi.
have time, just help them also. And prepare well every year, prepare well for in the staying in the IT industry.
Yes, Devi. Sure, Devi.
Okay. Thanks, Anjum.
Yes.
Thanks for your valuable time.
So thank you too, Devi. You're also doing a great job, like helping others, putting lot of effort. This is like really so much motivating for me also, like for others also. Like, of course, if we help others, good will come to us. So I really wish very good for you, Devi.
Thanks, Anjum. Thank you so much.
Thank yes, thank you, Devi.
Thank you, Anjum.